What is up, everybody? Welcome to another live Pendergast podcast on this beautiful Tuesday. Well, evening here. It might be early in the morning, wherever you are in the world, right? And ladies and gentlemen, it's an absolute honor today to sit down with my man, RJ Garlich. He's an absolute legend. And of course, the legend, Eli Block. You guys seen him on here many times. Both of these guys right here are legend. I'm super excited to sit down with them actually tonight. But before we get into this episode is sponsored by Next Level Financial. Take total control of your financial future. Get your complimentary financial analysis today by Seth Starnes. And gentlemen, you've heard this many times before, as everybody else does. Don't spend your hard-earned money on an off-the-rack suit because it's not going to fit 90% of us correctly. When you have a suit that don't fit you correctly, man, it causes all kinds of issues on the bike, right? My recommendation is everybody knows. Look, I just covered it up, dude. I always get it messed up on camera, right? Because everything's backwards. Why you look so serious, Eli?
Oh, I'm always serious.
Eli's got this serious look on his face. He's like,
I'm here, locked in.
He's like, hurry up, dude.
He needs a sandwich.
He needs a Snickers.
But don't forget about Bison Suits. Reach out.
Dude, bro, bisontrack.com. You guys already know the deal, right? You see I moved it. It was over here. Now it's over here. And soon you guys will see Eli's actually hanging up right here. But anyway, the Anthem suit. Yes, yes.
I can't be saying Bison without saying Anthem. Sorry. I love you, Robin Toshik. But
bro, it's all good. As a matter of fact, I was telling the guy, a buddy of mine, the story of when I first met you and Isaac Woodworth at Jersey, and Isaac kept asking me, man, I know I'm your favorite racer. And then Eli gave me his leather suit, right? And I walked straight up to Isaac and I threw it on the ground. I said, Eli's absolutely my favorite, right? And the look on Isaac's face was like, what? So at the end of the weekend, Isaac gave me, man, y'all can't even see it right now. Why can't y'all see it? Hang on, let me move that. There it is. His whole belly pan hanging up right here. And then he signed it and all that. And I gave him a big hug at the end of the weekend. I reached in, I whispered in his ear, I said, you're always my favorite, Isaac, dude, and just laughed, right? So yeah, dude, it was hilarious, but that's just a quick story. But anyway, RJ, man, what is up, bro?
The dream, man.
Living the dream.
Amen. Yeah.
I love it. Well, listen, we got a lot to talk about. You have a fantastic story on how you got into two wheels, man. So the floor is all yours, brother, man.
Man, let's see. It started out with a Z50 Honda. And I destroyed that thing pretty quick because, well, a no suspension Z50 Honda does not gel. And so that started the two-wheel side of it, and then I was always in four wheels, go-karts, stock car, and you name it. It was so the stock car racing got really expensive really early on in my life. So I did two wheels was the way to go, and that's what I've been doing ever since. Everything for motocross bikes, road race stuff, flat track, you name it. It's I think I look back, got license in 1990 with AMA CCS down in Florida. So it's been a long time, man.
It's been a long journey and an epic journey, right? And then
it has.
I just got to ask you, man, how did you and Eli get together?
That was a Kevin thing. We ended up at Roebling Road last year, wasn't it, Eli?
Yeah,
the first round of ARMA race there, and we ended up in the garage with those guys, and yeah, that's where we kind of got to know each other and help each other out a little bit, and it's been awesome ever since.
Oh yeah,
that's awesome, man. Well, my apologies, RJ, that you got to meet Eli. I'm just joking, Eli. I'm giving you shit tonight.
It has its pluses and it has its downsides. Don't get me wrong.
A lot more downsides than pluses.
Eli's my favorite phone a friend guy. That I help him troubleshoot from halfway across the country when he's working on his bikes at the track. So it works out pretty good.
100%. RJ knows too much about flat track, and I need to figure it out. So I've always been calling RJ every single day at the track, like, "Hey, what the fuck do I do?"
Don't let him fool you. He's just naturally talented on a flat track bike. I don't need to tell him much. He gets it figured out pretty fast, all on his own.
I bet he does, and that's something that I do want to ask you, Eli, because I know you've been down there, training on the flat track bike. So tell me, how's that been going?
It's pretty cool. I'm enjoying it a lot. I didn't really. I tried it for the first time. Kevin actually made me try it for the first time in 24 at the Winter Throwdown. So he's like, the first time I went and stayed at his house, he's like, hey, you can stay at my house. You can eat all my food. You can do whatever you want, free of charge. But there's only one condition: if you race the Winter Throwdown at the end of the month. I'm like, all right, I guess I can. Never ridden flat track, never done anything like that, but I'll give it a try. And yeah, we tried it, and I loved it. I did pretty well the first time. I mean, we were trying to get some type of seat time before the first race, and it just didn't end up happening. So my first time ever on flat track was at the biggest amateur national in the country, and yeah, figured it out
Right into the
slowly.
fire.
Yeah,
I
right in.
loved
Just throw
it.
me
I
right
love
in.
it.
And yeah, figured it out decently. I made like the novice mains and stuff, but like made one amateur main, and dude, it's no joke there. I mean, this year there was 50 plus entries in open amateur and spread from like 30 plus states in 3 different countries
Yeah.
of the top
The
amateurs in
deepest
the
talent
country.
pool you'll ever see was that race.
And
For
it's
sure.
wild. So yeah, I was able to go back down this year, and I was like, okay, I really want to ride flat track. Like I barely rode motocross. I rode a lot of woods. Didn't ride. I maybe rode a supermoto like 2 times, but I was always on the flat track bike as much as possible. Went out and did like the Southern Dirt Track Association, and did one of those races at the Bull Ring, and yeah, headed into the Winter Throwdown, and dude, that was a wild week. Thursday didn't go well. I didn't. I didn't ride the rear brake. I never did that. You know, I would use the rear brake to get into the corner, and then I would just let off and use throttle out, and it worked until it didn't. And yeah, I was doing the same thing Thursday when it was a small groove, and I was just riding like I rode a bike for the first time in my life. So struggled there, and then Friday, we had a combined schedule because usually they break it up into 2 groups. Group 1, which is like the novices, the kids, and the plus 50 and 60, and like vintage. And then group 2 is the amateurs, experts, everything. So every group has one set of their practice heats, race, LCQs, and mains every day on Friday and Saturday. But there was supposed to be rain on Saturday, so they threw everything in on Friday, and I think I was on track. We did the math probably 26 times throughout the day. So I did 26 races or practices throughout the whole entire day, turned the most laps out of everyone. I didn't do the math yet of how many laps that was, but yeah, I was able to win the novice championship, and then they bumped me, and then I was able to end. I'm coming out of that weekend with what, 3rd and 450 am. And I don't even know where I am in open am. I had a brake problem the whole entire weekend. After the group 1s, because they combined group 1s, they did the 2-day schedule. Group 1, all your practices, heat, race. Then you do heat, race again. Then they did group 2. Coming into group 2 for practice qualifying, I had brakes, and then they started to fade the whole entire night from there to pretty much where I was having nothing. So yeah, having struggles there. I wish it happened in the novice group and we fixed it for the second group, but you know, pick and choose. But yeah, I was able to kind of adapt to that and do well. And yeah, great. I'm enjoying flat track a lot. Really, really liking it.
Good, man. Good. And you know, going along with that subject, RJ, I know you're a huge flat tracker, man. Where did your journey start with that?
Man, I ended up turning to flat track because road racing was really hard on the wallet. I had to, for a Wiro weekend on an R1 was about $2,500 between rear tires, front tires, brakes, entry fees and things like that. And for me to run with the SDTA, Southern Dirt Track Association, I could run almost the entire season for that amount of money for one weekend. So that was kind of an outlet for me to, still keep my feet in road racing a little bit, but get more track time and kind of refine the skill set. I always had the outlook as flat track. It's just a bunch of guys riding around in circles. How hard can it be? And it didn't take long to find out that it's way harder than it looks. moving your head 6 inches one way or the other can mean the difference between whether the bike's hooking up or you're eating concrete outside retaining wall. And Eli can attest to this. He's finding out little tweaks, little body English, application of brake, becomes your traction control coming out of the corners, things like that. That all equates over to road racing. So it worked out good for me. I've been doing it, I don't know, somewhere between 10 and 15 years. I'd have to look. But, and then, of course, Eli's riding a DTX bike, a CRF 450 chassis that's been set up for dirt track. And that's why I started out on a 2-stroke dirt bike setup like that. And then I went to a CRF 450 4-stroke, and that was completely different because, now you got some torque, you got, some power to use and things like that. So that went good. And then I said, well, these guys on the framers where they have the purpose-built dirt track frame, those look really cool. They're, you can go. So I got a framer, and that's where I really felt the most at home because you rode the bike like you wanted to crash it every lap. You would just go into the corner, throw the thing on its side, put the handlebar down on your boot, and hope for the best. And the bike would be like, yeah, okay, that's all you got. Let's go. And so I had some of my best success riding framers versus the DTX bikes. But I have a DTX bike now. I got a CRF 450 DTX bike, and I'm turning laps on it and having a blast. And I can afford to do it on a regular basis. Where the road racing, I have to kind of budget that now.
Yeah, it's I'm a huge fan of flat track. I think it's deep to me, in my personal opinion. I could be wrong, but what the hell do I know? I think it's the best training you can do pretty much for road racing.
I think so. I think you see that with the road racers out there, the caliber road racers that are out there that are doing flat track. I think that equates over pretty good. And of course, we got to get you out there turning some laps, dude.
Dude, I already told you I'm gonna come down and stay with you during the weekend, and we're definitely gonna do it up. We just have to wait because dude, March is a busy month for me. I'm going to the 200, and when I come back, I'm having surgery on my left wrist, and then 6 days after that, I'm flying to Koto for the MotoGP race. So,
we'll time it.
Yeah, we'll time when I come back, dude. We'll definitely. I've been talking to my wife about it. Been super excited about it. Got me some boots and the whole little outfit with the. Yeah, dude, I'm ready for you. Trust me.
All right, man.
I hope you're ready to laugh. Because I'm not
between Eli and I, we'll get you out there. We'll get you turning laps, no problem.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm excited for it, man. So I want real quick. I want to get to a couple of these comments right now. We got Ducati Dave. What is up, my man? He says RJ is one of the best. Yes, he is. So Ducati, real quick story. This time me and RJ met. I was at Mid Ohio last year. And I walked over. I finally found Kevin's van, right? And I just ran up. Was like, what's up, Kevin? He turns around. He's like, I'm not Kevin. I said, well, give me a hug anyway. I'm Simcoe, blah, blah, dude. It was just, that's my story on how me and RJ met. We just been like this the whole time.
Yeah, ever since.
I love it, man. I love it. And then we got Dan Spalding. So I actually have an announcement that I haven't said yet, man. So good buddy of mine, Mark 10, reached out to me and was talking to me. And me and Dan Spalding. What's going on, buddy? Nice Ducati shirt. Chris Simcoe, RJ Garlich is the best. Glad to have him as part of my 200 team. Absolutely. I cannot wait to meet you down there. But anyway, the news I want to say, man, is it's an absolute honor. And I never thought about it until Mark 10 actually brought up the idea to me. And man, Dan Spalding's my first Pendergast podcast ambassador, man. Never thought I'd say that in a million years, right? And it's an absolute honor, Dan, to have you on. So I'm bringing him a shirt and some stickers and all that cool stuff.
Dan is the man, and he can attest to the fact that I have known him forever from roller skating. Like 100 years ago, roller skating. I was older than him, but Dan and I have roller skated together for eons, and that's where I first met him. So, and then he transitioned into motorcycles and we met up again, and it's really fun because I love Dan to death and he is one badass dude.
Yeah, I can't wait to meet him, man. It's an honor because, honestly, dude, I never thought about that, right? Like an ambassador for the podcast.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm like super, dude, I'm super excited. I'm pumped. I can't wait to meet Dan and we have a lot to sit down and talk about and all that. So you guys stay tuned. So yeah, dude, I just had to throw that out there real quick because I'm super excited about it. It's been hard for me to hold it in because I didn't know exactly how I wanted to do it. You know, I wing it all the time anyway, so I'm like, let's just do it now.
Heck yeah, man.
We have another legend in the house, my man, Avery, the Lap Slayer Dreyer. What is up?
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Avery.
hey, Avery.
Hey, Avery. I like the picture.
Yeah, dude, who don't, right? He's an absolute legend, man. Him and his sister Ella, they were first brother and sister on the podium in Moto America, which was absolutely amazing. So,
well, and if you ever want to watch some fun supermoto videos from Bushnell, pull up him and his sister out there at Bushnell on the motards, man.
Yeah, yeah, I see him. I see him all the time.
That's some badass stuff.
Dude, I love it. You know, watching Avery, Jillian, Juju, of course, Posh, and all of them, dude. It's like, yeah, you see it, and dude, bro, it's amazing when they're coming in. The front's just tuck sliding, the rear's sliding, and their elbows almost down. I'm like, bro, that's yeah.
I tried the supermoto thing briefly. It didn't work out real well. I broke the end of my arm off as I stuffed it into a berm after a jump, coming off the asphalt. I said, probably not a good fit.
You know, I've always been a fan of supermoto, man. When they first come out, man, they were doing that a long time ago, racing supermotos, and it's been an amazing sport, man. I think I would love to see more of it, like they actually televise it, right?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Or Moto America have like a little series on it, like they do the other ones. So
I'd love to see it come back. I think it's a great venue.
110%, my man. Ducati Dave says, I've known RJ for 20 years. Great story. Thank you.
Yeah, Dave and I go way back as well, man. Like way back. So yeah, it's fun. I got a lot of these guys that have been a huge part of my life as I've been through the motorcycle journey, and huge support and help from these guys all the way through, and it's really been a blast. There's some great individuals in the motorcycle world.
It's I always call it our beautiful circus, right? Because that's exactly what it is. And when you meet people, they're family. They're not friends, right? It's hard to explain people that I guess don't feel the love, right? That's not in the beautiful circus. And even I'm referring to track days, any of that, right? It's everybody wants to help each other. Everybody wants to see each other succeed, right? So, and that's what I love about it, man. I really
absolutely. Yeah, it's a hoot.
Ducati Dave says, "Congratulations, Dan." Yes, dude, dance. Yes. Thank you, Mark 10. Anyway, for the idea, actually. So, I'll get back to a couple of these questions, bro. So, RJ, going from dirt track, flat track, road racing, and then you meet Kevin. I got another story on how you and Kevin met.
Kevin's a road racing guy, and we spent a lot of Sundays in between road races and stuff, going out on Sunday rides and terrorizing the local population. And we got talking about road racing and backgrounds and things like that, where he was at with his road racing and where I've been with mine. And it seemed like a really good fit. He and I got along. We clicked. We were able to communicate. We both teach road race stuff, and it didn't take long for us to figure out that we teach the same things, the same lines, the same thought processes when it comes to road racing. And that really made it easy to work with him once we started doing the Moto America gig. I'd known Dave over at Sanford Orlando Ducati forever. I said, hey man, I got a great fit for us. Let's make this happen. And we started putting that deal together for Kevin, and Kevin was the guy, man. Consistent, stayed off his head, brought the bike back in one piece, good communication, and Kevin's always been that way. So that was a huge thing. Like I say, but we started out just terrorizing the local population on motorcycles on Sundays, and it just grew from there.
It sounds like what Eli did.
Probably so, yeah.
Terrorizing the neighborhood on his local moto all the time.
Yeah, no, I don't ride the street. I can't ride the street. There's no part of me that thinks I can go out and ride in the street. I just don't trust it.
Yeah, well, especially nowadays, man, when everybody's got this and they're in their face and they're not paying attention and they don't give two fucks at what's going on, right?
I don't even think it's the people that I don't trust. I don't trust myself.
Yeah,
I was so used
his
to
own
riding on
little
a track.
personal internal rev limiter doesn't kick in time.
Yeah, it's like I don't even think I would go fast. Like it's just like I don't trust I don't trust the roads. I don't know. There's something about me that's like I I think like in my head I'm like, okay, I'm gonna hit a corner. I'm gonna tuck the front into a guardrail because there's gonna be a piece of sand that I'm not used to being there.
Yep.
But that's just me.
No, it's you're not wrong, man.
When I first started getting in track days and my first road race license, started racing and all that, it was hard for me to go back to ride on the street. But I do, but I don't do it very much, right? To the point where, I bought this RC51 with had 15,000. I literally put 300 miles on it, and I've owned it for over a year. If that don't tell you anything, right? I just don't get a chance to ride. I'm either jumping on my CRF 100 or my son's new little pit bike, breaking it in and just terrorizing the neighborhood, right? I mean, that's what I do here in my neighborhood. So yeah, man, I'm out there in my leather suit and people are looking at me like, who is this fucking goofball right here, right? So I can't help it, right? That's me. So yeah, it's I get it. My dad actually gave up riding on the street too as well. So he don't ride anymore.
I temper, it's one of those deals that once you're doing flat track and road racing and things like that, when you get out on the street, you don't have that urge to try to win the street race. It's I'd rather enjoy the scenery a little more and worry a little less. So
right.
But I have the Ducati Monster, which also it kind of encourages a little hooliganism every now and then.
Dude, a little my ass, bro. Dude, that's some bullshit, right? Look, so my brother buys one. This was Indy 2010, I think it was. And, I rode it. He rode it for a couple hundred miles, and he's like, dude, so I rode it the rest of the way to Virginia. And then once it got broke in, man, I took it out here in the Blue Ridge on the mountains, and that thing, it's a monster. It is absolutely a hooligan wheelie machine. It is light. It is flickable. It talks to you. It handles good right out the box. And I was like, dude, you got to take this thing back because I'm either going to kill myself and I'm definitely going to jail. But I don't know what's going to happen first, but it's going to be one or the other. And then my other cousin bought a Ducati Monster, a small 796, I think it was.
Yeah.
And same thing, man. I up the Blue Ridge Parkway, was gone for like 4 hours, come back and was like, yeah, I don't want to see this thing anymore. I love it. I don't want to see it. So
the new 937s that Kevin's raced and we set up a couple for road racing stuff, and the one I have, Kevin kind of got turned towards it by riding mine and realized it was a really nice piece of equipment to work with. It lends itself to all that stuff. It weighs next to nothing. The horsepower is great. You get a lot more rear tire wear than you ever do with the front, especially Kevin, because his spends most of the time in the air. Mine about half the time that Kevin does, but still, it's just the new monsters are just absolutely phenomenal, and they're I've had hundreds of bikes, and it's really, I'm not exaggerating, it is probably the most fun motorcycle I've ever owned.
Oh,
yeah, it's hysterical.
They're man, I want one. I ain't gonna lie, right? It's I found myself, and then my buddy got a 701 Husqvarna. Now that I'm definitely going to jail on. He got it, dude, bro. I had to go over there and ride it. Of course, he's like, here you go, go take it. I put a freaking, it's not the growler, whatever the little air box intake, all this shit on it, right? You got the little pipe, put all that on for him, and dude, I took that thing out and I was like, I'm grinning literally ear to ear from the first 4 seconds I threw my leg over this thing and took it down the road. It was, I would love to have one of those, but I already know the deal. Again, I'm going to jail. I can't help myself because, dude, I'll be here on the street in traffic and I'm like, you know what? I'm riding this sidewalk, right? And I'm like, I don't have nothing in between me, so there's a lot of traffic, so let me just, pull it on up for a minute. And everybody's like, well, look at this fucking nut. And yeah, I've ran from the police too many times and been lucky I've not been caught. So I want to keep it that way, if you know what I mean.
You ran from the police? How do you spell your last name, Chris? No.
You guys know how I spell it. It's right here on the screen. Everybody can see it. It's hilarious. Look at this.
There's nobody with video. Oh, man. So much for the neighborhood. Kevin shows up.
Put the reading glasses on.
He said, "Did you
Good
just say
evening, gentlemen?"
What is
How
going
you
on,
doing?
Kevin?
We've been talking shit about you, Kevin, just so you know.
Bro,
Awesome. At least you haven't been lying.
no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So what's up, Kevin?
Spending a lot of time getting ready for this coming weekend.
What are you doing
Um,
this weekend?
this weekend is Arma Roebling Road,
Okay.
and besides doing test and tune, I've got my monster coming back from Boulder Motorsports. Um, and do some test and tune with that, and then I've also taking over the road race school for Arma, and I will be the new headmaster for the East Coast for teaching our new road race students who obviously never been on a track before, no clue what they're doing.
Yeah, there's those.
Those guys.
It's been 2 years since RJ's raced, so, or maybe 3 on a road course, so he has to take the class.
I have to take Kevin's class. It's gonna be awesome.
Dude, that's gonna be proper mega, as I always say. You guys gotta record that for sure. But as anyways, we all started somewhere, right? We was all that squid. Well, I was the squid on the street that finally ended up at the track, did my class, had the orange CCS shirt, over my leathers. And as a matter of fact, when I was cleaning my stuff out and I showed this off, dude, I found my very first road racing license.
Nice.
1999 CCS, right there it is. Boom. And when I was in Phoenix, 1999, baby, that was a good year. Yes, that gave away my age, but so
I wasn't even born then.
Yeah, you weren't even a gleam in your dad's eye, Eli.
dude, you
No.
wasn't even a glim, dude. You were still swimming in that nut sack,
know.
right? Yeah.
I think I wasn't even produced then. I wasn't even in
But
the
he was
song.
the fastest swimmer in there, just so you know.
Right.
Listen,
Right. Definitely
it's
fast
funny
enough.
you say that because I tell everybody, dude, that's the very first race I ever won.
Right.
That's the first race we all won. That was it.
That
It's a
worked, yeah.
race.
Exactly.
I love it, man. So, dude, Kevin, dude, congratulations, bro.
I appreciate that. You know what? I have a lot of people that have mentored me over the years with Arma, and I just truthfully hope that I can fit into the shoes that have been the men that have walked before me. I, I hope I can. So
All right. So with you saying that, you've coached Eli right here, right?
well. Coaching Eli and being around Eli,
It's two different things, right?
look, you need to eat better, Eli.
That's the one thing he has coached me on. They get to see my diet.
Right. Getting him out of bed in the morning, there's those kind of
Dude,
things.
that's a coaching moment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a coaching moment.
We with Eli and I think that we help each other. He is an amazing rider. It's kind of like RJ. I think that I help RJ in some ways, and I think that he helps me in others. It's I think it's almost we have almost like symbiotic relationships with these people. Eli needs a place to stay in the wintertime so he can train. So I actually have my wife and I invite him to come down, and for 2 years now he's stayed with us for a little over a month, and it allows him a chance to train and work on his skills as well as doing some coaching. We put him on flat track bikes, and he breaks a lot of hearts, that kind of thing. It's I'm not sure I actually coach him as much as mentor. I think that's a better word.
Mentor for sure.
Steering
funny.
current.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And it's funny, Kevin, because I asked him earlier on the podcast. I was like, "Does Kevin make you wash his undersuits for staying there?"
What's very cool, which I still miss, is the fact that when we go out and we go dirt bike riding,
Mm-hmm.
he pressure washes and cleans the bikes when we get back when they're covered in mud.
I think that was my job. That was my
I
job.
think that was the job, and it's appreciative, because it does. It takes like an hour and a half when you get home to get things all cleaned up and do air cleaners and all the rest of that stuff. So it's good having him around.
I love staying
For
there.
sure.
It's the best. It's the best part of the winter. Just looking forward to going down there and hanging out. And that's what I'm saying. Like the mentor part, it's like half times I don't even want to ride half the days. And Kevin's like, "Oh, let's go to Croom." I'm like, "All right, let's go now." Like, but changed my whole entire mood, and I get to go out there and have someone to ride with 24/7, and it's nice. I love being down there and having Kevin with me, and it's a fun time. I love it.
And he's keeping your diet straight too.
Trying to.
He doesn't eat anything that's green. He won't eat.
Bro,
Dude.
Yeah, it just scares me.
Bro.
It just scares me.
scares you for what? Green stuff's the best.
Nah, dude, shit scares me.
No
It's like-
broccoli, no beans, no salad. It's
Actually,
crazy.
Kevin,
No
you'd be proud.
avocados.
My friend's dad made me try broccoli a few weeks ago.
Did you like it?
No,
How can you not like broccoli with like melted cheese on top of it?
it was
Yeah,
like
I mean, that's
we got it
kinda
from
un-American.
Hibachi.
Or
We got it
garlic
from
butter?
Hibachi.
Yeah, or garlic butter, or heck, just steamed right out of the thing for me. But I mean,
Me
there's
too.
who knows.
Oh my God.
So,
No,
Right, RJ?
What?
If it ain't like chicken, pasta, beef, or like, I mean, like I'll go Mexican food, I'll go Thai food, I'll go anything other than like vegetables.
There's vegetables in Thai food.
No, I pick that shit up.
So he's left with like a peanut and a little strip
Nah,
of chicken or
you make
something,
sure
and
you
that's
order
it.
And a
no
little thing of
vegetable,
rice like
extra
this.
meat.
Yeah, a little dot of rice, and that's
Yeah, the
it.
red curry chicken, no vegetable, extra chicken.
As long as it's extra spicy, I'm in.
I'm good with that.
right,
Yep.
Thai food before a race day, fantastic.
Great.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's
Weight loss.
motivational actually, in the worst kind of way.
Right. Well, you don't have to worry about getting all dressed and then having to go, wow, now I need to go to the bathroom because as soon as you wake up, you're done.
Yeah, you're on the toilet for an hour and a half
Yeah.
before you even. You
Oh
have to
my-
like schedule
So
out.
this is how the podcast go. We go right down this rabbit hole.
We're
Way
right
to
down the
go,
rabbit
Joe.
immediately. I already knew this was gonna happen.
My favorite, like my history is like the best. So like back in 2021, the fastest I ever went on a motard at Loudon the night before I had Taco Bell. I don't know what it was. I didn't shit myself either. I didn't have the Hershey squirts, but I think it's
Good
just a
Lord.
sign that I need to have Taco Bell before every single race.
So RJ has the great ability at this point also that he is up in North Carolina. So he has some of the best riding every day that any of us could ever wish for.
Yeah, it doesn't suck. I can tell you that. living here in North Georgia, outside of Blairsville, I'm literally 5 minutes from virtually all of the best roads in the mountains here. So yeah, that doesn't suck. We actually snuck out and rode a little bit on Sunday. So yeah.
Yeah, we make trips up to where RJ lives to so that we can ride.
Where exactly are you at, RJ?
Blairsville, Georgia.
Okay.
Yep, just north of about an hour and a half north of Atlanta, right below the North Carolina border,
Okay.
in the middle of the mountains.
All
So
right.
I'll go up and I'll see RJ, and then halfway through the following week, I'll just leave RJ's area and go to Road Atlanta. And I think RJ's and we're all going to Road
Yeah,
Atlanta.
we'll all be at Road Atlanta for that. Yep.
Yeah.
So-
Well, you'll see me there, and you'll see me at Daytona, and I can't wait.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I can't wait. It's gonna be a lot.
Got
of fun.
to make your way over here to the mountains to ride a little bit too, man. Just for fun.
Dude, I will. I promise you, I will.
We'll
I'm
feed you
coming.
some good barbecue and
I'm
turn
in.
you on to some good places to ride.
I'm in. Put me on a flat track bike and all that good stuff.
Oh, we got all that around here, man. It's literally the epicenter of motorcycle riding.
Good. I'm gonna say, honey, pack your bag. We're selling a house. That's where we're moving to.
Yeah, hey. It's not a bad thing. I'm
RJ just did that.
I just did that. Yeah. So, and it's cool because I'm actually going to be working in the motorcycle industry here in Blairsville starting the 21st. So,
Congratulations.
Yeah, there's Southeast Motorcycles is opening up a Aprilia Moto Guzzi Vespa dealership right
Nice.
8 minutes from my house. So they're a top line Piaggio line dealer. They'll also have four-wheelers and dirt bikes and stuff like that. Full line, full service place. So it's going to be awesome, man. Can't wait. It's going to be pretty cool working with that stuff. Getting out of the aviation industry after 20 years and not being on call 24/7 and doing, working in something I love, and kind of doing a little bit of everything there at the dealership. So it's going to be fun.
What's your position going to be?
Jack of all trades, master of few. Kind of a
love
little bit
it.
of everything. We're helping them get the store open.
Okay.
They're soft opening all through March. 2-3 days a week, and then probably April it'll be a full gig up there. Really beautiful place and really nice motorcycle. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, congratulations! I can't wait to. You have to show me the dealership when I come to stay the weekend.
Absolutely, man. We'll,
For sure.
Anybody wants to come visit, we'll give them the nickel tour of the place and get them out on some demo rides on some stuff and let them try some stuff out and see if they want to get into that game.
Yeah, dude, I love it, man. I love it. So, dude, just speaking of that, man, I ask everybody this, dude. What do you do for a living? You said you was in the aviation, so did you work on planes?
I was in the medevac helicopter industry for 20 years solid. So that involved being on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It burns the candle at both ends. So yeah, I didn't have any problem leaving that industry. Before that, I'd been sheriff's office aviation unit, did avionics work, and I also had my own motorcycle race shop where I built engines, did chassis, did custom paint work, a little bit of everything. And, that I was able to get out of that without losing my shirt, which was good. And that was kind of a big thing in the beginning. And that was in the early 90s. I was road racing almost full time with the race shop. So yeah, it didn't hurt to get away from that. And now I'm kind of getting back to center, it's, that's where I'm working towards, Kevin, and we can, us older guys can all equate to the fact that we got less sand in the top of the glass than in the bottom. So, it's work towards having a little more fun, a little less stress. And that's what I'm doing now. And like Kevin last year, working with the Moto America team and some of these other teams I've worked with, I had a blast working with Westby team when I worked for them. Worked with Johnny Lewis and Corey Alexander a little bit off and on, and just had an absolute blast. And that's really kind of where the passion lies, is in that area, in the motorcycle industry versus aviation was a means,
It paid the bills. Yeah, absolutely. And that's something I did want you to talk about, man, is your Moto America, all the teams and people you work with in the paddock.
Yeah, I was really fortunate. My son-in-law, Josh Day, he ended up riding for Westby after Dane got killed.
Yeah.
And met some fantastic individuals over there, Chuck and Ed Sullivan, and their work ethic is impeccable. Very performance oriented, very detail oriented, so that helped. And in amongst that, I was working with some of the other guys in the flat track stuff. Corey Alexander and James Rispoli were running flat track, and Johnny Lewis. Got to know those guys, so I helped them out a good bit. So, I ended up with a pretty diverse background. Did some Daytona 200 stuff, crew stuff with Ed and things like that in the 200s. Absolute blast. I love doing that stuff. And then, I had my own team. We did a bunch of stuff, but that was in the early 90s, and we were very successful then. Having my own shop, I built a bunch of championship winning bikes and had a great rider, and did we had 4 regionals and 3 national championships in 1 year, and so I was pretty fortunate. Everybody in road racing pays their dues with flash and money, so. Take a break every now and then from that. But yeah, I'm kind of getting back into it full time. I'm kind of digging it. Working with Kevin and all the rest of the guys, and Eli and Dan Spalding and all these guys. Man, there's just not a better bunch of individuals to be around.
Yeah, I can't disagree with anything you just said. They're all absolutely legends. And some people would be like, dude, all three of you gentlemen, absolute legends of the sport. You know, listen, everybody's, and I say it all the time, everyone's got their own important role to play. Without a mechanic, without the guy changing the tires, without the rider, without the coach, without the mentor, without the best friend always giving you advice, the girlfriend, whatever it is, without any of those people, you wouldn't be able to do what you do. You know what I mean? It'd be a lot harder. So to put all your everything into it, the love, the money, dude. I sold my only fucking car I had, where I was riding my bicycle every fucking where I went to work, to school, the whole nine, just to fucking go road racing. So I've been there, credit card debt, dude. The whole, trust me, I have fucking been down that rabbit hole, and it was deep down in the rabbit hole, right?
Oh yeah.
So it's this is what I say: motorcycles pick you. You don't pick motorcycles.
Yep. You're right.
Yeah.
Well, what RJ doesn't know is he's helping me this year. I haven't told him yet, but he is helping me this year.
I get volunteered a lot, it seems, without my knowing it.
Yeah.
There's more stuff that keeps popping up.
Well, apparently, RJ, you're going to be so Eli. With that being said, what are you doing this year? Or can you not say?
You know what? I'll let you guess.
I know.
I know.
I'll let Simcoe guess. Simcoe, what do you think?
Does it have to do with the R9?
No.
Well, I know it ain't the Talent Cup, so it's got to be the Twins Cup or 600 Super Sport.
All right. I would say you're close, but I'm actually stepping away from road racing.
Are you really?
Yep, I'm done.
You flat tracking now?
Yep, we're going to be full-time flat track in 2025, and I will do some road races here and there, but our goal is to do all the amateur nationals this year, and yeah, I'll be chasing AFT in 2026.
Dude, listen, congratulations, Eli. I'm proud of you. 110%, dude. I'm excited. And dude, you're already a champion and a legend in my eyes, right? So and I've told you this before, Eli. I've told Kevin this. I haven't told RJ this, but I'm going to tell all you three gentlemen right now. Listen, whatever success you envision, wherever you want to be, end up, man, I hope you guys reach it 8 times over. And I'm just glad to be a friend and on that beautiful journey with you.
Well, yeah, I've been trying to dream to be in the Brazzers house one day, but that still has not happened yet. And,
well, okay, or the fan bus, right?
Something, but it's still, I keep on getting told I can't do it. And, it's not, I guess I know why, but I guess I'll stick with motorcycles for now.
It's a good choice, Eli. Just saying.
So he did win the 450 Open Novice at Corey Texter's Throwdown this year, which was the largest flat track event in the country.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, and it's like,
okay.
You missed it.
No, but we were talking on that point. It's like I was gonna add more. It's just, dude, like I'm out here in the 450 amateur class. As us, we were talking about. It's like, dude, we have the biggest, most talented amateur class in a long time. Everyone's there, and I'm out there. My 9th day maybe on a flat track bike, and it's my 3rd ever flat track race, but 9th day on one. Just figuring it out, and I guess I'll say I'm cooking half the kids, and dude, I'm not even a flat tracker. We're just
you are now.
Yeah, I was gonna say
yes, you are. I am now, which is kind of cool to say. I'm like, I live close to some, not close, but relatively close to some cool flat tracks. I live close to Square Deal, which is a pretty iconic half mile up here, Cushion. And there's also another track. I forgot. It's right after Square Deal. I forgot the name of it. It's a TT course that's right close to Square Deal up in New York. That they're gonna have us go out and race. But yeah, no, I'm super excited to get out and kind of just extend my knowledge on flat track. As I was saying before, like I've been telling a lot of people, it's like people have asked me, like, dude, why don't you just go into AFT this year? It's like I probably could go there, but it's not smart. I want to get data on these tracks of, I've only ridden the short tracks. I think the longest track I've ridden is the Bull Ring, which is maybe a quarter mile.
Yeah, it's about a quarter mile.
So, people tell me you can ride, if you learn how to ride a small, like short track, you can ride half miles and miles, no problem. But I still don't want that. I want to be able to go out there and ride the half mile. I want to be able to go out there and ride the mile and figure out stuff so I'm not coming into it completely blind. Because if it's road racing, like I proved this year, I can come into stuff completely blind and still be out there and be top three first practice. But I know how to road race. Flat track, I know basics. I'm still learning, but I can't come in blind like I can in road racing. So yeah, I want to take this year to be prepared, and yeah, just I'm taking a big leap of faith, and I know it's going to be worth it.
100%, man. 100. And with saying that, flat track gear, is it different than the road race suits?
Depends. Road race suits. I mean, my suit that I'm getting, I guess most of the flat track guys wear two pieces. Some of them do.
Yeah, that tends to be because you want to be able to cool off really quick and not have to get in and out and steel shoes going on and off boots. It's a real pain in the ass.
No knee pucks.
No knee pucks.
That's really the only difference other than a two piece. But yeah, no, my suit that I'm getting is it's complete. Actually, wait, can I screen share on this thing?
Yeah, I don't see why you can't. Are you on your phone?
Yeah.
You should be able to.
Oh, hold up. I gotta make sure some of my tabs are closed.
You've got a couple different helmet options and flat track,
Eli said I had to close up my browser's window real quick before it pops up.
No, I had to think about that. Hold on, how do I do this thing? Do I go recordings? No. Camera? Nope.
No,
you should. It should say present. Present. I said present. Present.
No, it says edit name, edit avatar, stop mic. Shit. I think I'm blind.
You could be. You can put glasses on too. Yeah. Just join
I got mine on.
Hold up. I don't really have that. I guess this will work, I guess, for now.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Priceless.
Find it.
And this is why we love this guy.
This is why we love Eli. I know. Absolutely. We all do.
Yeah, what the hell?
If you could flatten that bill out just a little bit, it'd be perfect, man.
Bro, it would be. It'd be so perfect.
You could become a reverse angle biller.
So I go like share the fuck.
A verse angle billing.
Oh
my god. That's all right. While we're waiting on you, dude.
Yeah, well, he figures it out.
Yeah, RJ, man, you what is all your plans this year in Moto America?
So, I had some stuff lined up, kind of through no fault of my own or anybody else's. It kind of went in the background. So Kevin and Dan and a number of other people. You'll see me in the Moto America paddock, up to my elbows in somebody's motorcycle, whether it's Kevin's or somebody else's. That's probably for the most part. Yeah, that's where I'm going to be is doing that stuff. And then evidently I'm going to be working with Eli for
yes, sir. So you will be.
That's coming along nicely, I guess.
Yep. I mean, the idea we started talking about 4 minutes ago about it. I think it's gone pretty well. I think the conversation has gone pretty well. I've talked to my sponsors, and pretty good.
Yeah, I think it worked out for you for sure. Yeah, locked 100%. Contracts already signed. We're good.
Yeah, no, he signed it already. He just didn't know.
Yeah, I just didn't know it, and I'll see Kevin this weekend to finish up that contract and sign that deal. So it's all good.
And RJ is going to be doing some racing himself this year.
Yeah, I'm coming out of retirement and turning some laps on the Monster and seeing how that goes. So it should be fun.
Yeah. Club racing?
Club racing stuff, some Arma, some Wira, maybe some Pan Am Superbike stuff, catching what I can in between, and helping Kevin teach some of the Arma stuff, because after he signs me off the race, well, then I get to go actually help teach it.
I love it, man. I love it, dude. I think being a racer that really understands the dynamics and body positions and blah, 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 all that good stuff, man, makes you, transition into a coaching role is a lot easier. And one question I do have for you, RJ, about being a coach is the satisfaction you get out of seeing somebody get faster lap times and progress, right? Is the feeling like one of the best feelings ever?
It is. And it doesn't matter whether it's a young kid, because I've worked with them where they're just getting on 125s and things like that, to old guys like Kevin, representing. It doesn't matter. I
Yikes.
still get a really good feeling when I see the lap times dropping, no
I
matter
fucking love
how
it, dude. It's awesome.
But in all seriousness, just seeing people apply what you're trying to tell them, if they listen a little bit and they start applying the theories and the reasons and putting that into the road racing program, there's a lot that goes into it. It's not just body position. It's just not just grab a fistful of throttle. I'm a big proponent of teaching not fear but confidence. All these people talk about fear when they race or ride, do track days, and the fears they have. And my biggest thing is getting that word out of their vocabulary, and bringing the confidence into it. Because with confidence, that fear becomes irrelevant. It's not even part of the equation. And that's a huge thing when I'm working with people. I always just want to instill confidence, whether it's from my end, letting them know that if I worked on the bike's 100%. Or if I'm teaching them something, I'm not only going to tell them what I think they should do or why they should, I'm going to give them a detailed explanation to the background of why I'm giving them this information. Why you're doing this body movement, why you're doing this or that, the reasoning behind everything. And I think if you do that, it really helps them absorb it. A, it takes them a little longer to think about what's going on, and B, they embrace that. Now they understand it's not just, hey man, grab a bigger fistful of throttle coming out of that corner and hope it works out well. Yeah, it may or may not. The next sound you may hear is your collarbone snapping because you just went into orbit. So, that's what I like teaching, is that confidence part of it, and seeing these people get confidence and go faster and their lap times come down. And it doesn't matter whether it's 15 to 65 or 70 years old. As long as they do that, and I see that, and I see them be happy about it, my day's complete, man. I'm good.
So for me, the biggest thing that RJ helped me with was focus and calming myself down so that I could focus, instead of being all antsy and not doing what I should be doing, instead of sitting down and actually thinking about what I needed to do and then going out there and being able to do it. And yes, there was the you need to brake harder, or you need to lean this way, or go in here, you need to with that. Um it it's it, it was more of the mental game for me that RJ helped me with. That was the biggest impact for me, I would say. And it increased my lap times because I was able to better able to put what I already had into, was able to use it because I was able to access it.
I love it. So, with saying all that, on the coaching side, what do you feel or do you see as the biggest obstacle to get around to new riders or even people that have experience?
Well, I was about to say there's a difference between new and experienced riders. New
Well,
riders are
I
easy.
know.
New riders are so easy. They're goddamn sponges. Especially if they're young.
You're not wrong, Eli.
If they're young, God, I'll throw them into a brick wall and they'll expect to oh shit, that's what I'm not supposed to do? Yeah, don't hit that brick wall. It hurt, right? Yeah, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, coaching, sorry, I didn't mean to jump in, but
Dude, you're good.
No, you're good. Yeah, go.
Coaching these young kids is it's super easy. The biggest thing I find with those kids is just showing them. It's the best thing about being I guess at the level I am. It's why I guess that's the questioning part. Why would I have to do that? I'll show you why you have to do that. And then you go out and I'll show them exactly what I do. I'll tell them, go watch right here. This is what I do. This is what I want you to do. And then once they understand in their head, oh, that's the fast way to do it, they'll just do it instantly and be not even knowing that they're doing it.
Yep.
Where the experienced riders, no matter what their background is, whether it's street or motocross or just road racing itself, they have bad habits already learned. Whether, maybe they don't, but it's we can't, once they have a bad habit created, it's so much harder to break because their muscle memory, and quote unquote muscle memory isn't even a thing. I don't know. In school they teach me this stuff, but I don't listen enough. But I guess muscle memory isn't a thing, but it's just like in their head, it's a mental block where it's like, okay, I've done this for X amount of years. This has worked for me X amount of times, and why would I change it? Well, because you're going fucking 7 seconds to lap slower than me, so this is why you should change it. But it's like, it's hard because I guess there's a sense of, some people are very willing to learn, which is, those are the best people to coach. People are willing to, like, even with Kevin, I tell him at Mid Ohio, this is what I do with after every session. It might not be coaching on track, but this is what helps me break things down and focus on what I need to learn. Compared to, and Kevin's very open-minded about that.
And I do that every single time I got on the track then.
Yep.
I would sit, RJ and I would actually sit down at the tracks that followed that and would put that specific thing. Moto America gives you quarter times or track section times.
Yep.
And Eli was showing me how to take each section and break it down and look at what other people's times are and then figure out how I can make those times in those sections better. Where am I losing time? What am I doing wrong? Where are my shift points? Where are their shift points? Where are my break points? Where are their break points? And it really changed the game and much more. I really understood that and was able to put that into practice. So again, that's one of those things where Eli was coaching me. So
And Eli was 1,000% correct in everything he just said about the young kids and the older, more experienced riders. And what I've tried to incorporate with some of the younger riders is not only coaching them, but their parents. Because you have some parents that are awesome, but they have no background in road racing.
That's how it is. It sucks.
Yeah.
It's the good parents.
And some of them are sponges. So the parents, if I'm doing something to the kid's bike and I'm telling the kid something, I'm telling the parent exactly what I told the kid and what I did to the bike. And that works good. Then you have little league parents that come in and they just want their kid to go fast. They don't care. Just make the kid go fast. They don't want to know anything about why or how or even the mental aspect of it. Those are the most complicated to teach. It can be done. It's trickier.
Those are the ones with all the money too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then he was absolutely right. The older, more experienced riders, it really is working your way around their bad habits and getting them to understand that there is a better way, whether it's body movement or bike preparation or bike setup or whatever, simple stuff. Moving clutch and brake levers to where your fingers just naturally fall over top of them at the angle that you're sitting. That kind of thing. I don't know the hundreds of people I've got on their bikes and go, how do you even ride this thing? The brake levers up in the air, the clutch levers up in the air, the foot controls.
It's like this. You're like, what are you doing?
You're riding like you're throwing up the crip sign.
Gang member signs riding down the road.
And it takes time to think about, all right, where do I got to put my hand to get that lever? Well, you don't want that. You just want it, like you said, muscle memory stuff. And it becomes natural that way. But convincing people that have ridden in certain positions or, certain ways or on certain tires or whatever for a decade or 2 decades, that's where it gets a little trickier because now it's a repetition thing for them. You've just got to beat it into them, take the time and work with them. Like Eli said, the kids are sponges. They'll take it all in.
And it's so hard with the people like with experience and they've seen, and it depends. And I think I hate to say it, the older it is, the worse it is because they've seen so much before them.
Right.
It's like I've seen like OG like road racers. I've seen Dale Quarterly. Yeah, he didn't hang off the bike, but now you got all these guys hanging off the bike. So it's like, why would I change it?
Right.
But then you have the people
Mick
who
would
are
have the worst body position known
bro,
to
ever.
And then you see people that are trying to do it, and their both ass cheeks are completely off the seat, and you're like, oh, brother, like I don't know what core workouts you're hitting, but I don't know. I want to be able to do that. I can't even do that. I get tired looking at you.
I should be able to drag my helmet. No, you shouldn't be able to drag your helmet, idiot. That's not fast.
And it's hard because like when I'm doing drills, because I coach hand in hand with Eric Wood during the Penguin School, and Eric Wood's one of the most well-versed
Another legend.
road race
Absolutely.
coaches there is.
Yep.
And
For sure.
it's
Yeah,
hard
him and Jason
when,
Pridmore both are
yeah.
phenomenal.
So it's hard when we're doing drills and I'm telling someone this one thing, and then I guess Eric tells them the complete opposite. But it's also because it's like, then you have that questioning, like, why do I want to listen to you when Eric Wood, like this guy with a name, is telling me this? So it's very hard in that sense of like, you have that, everyone's going to have a different opinion. No one rides the same. If
Right.
everyone rode the same, then everyone would run the same exact lap times on the same exact bike on everything. It's
Yep.
just, there's going to be differences. Some people's bodies allow them to do different things. Me and Avery's in the comments earlier. Me and him ride completely different. I ride completely different than everyone in the whole entire Junior Cup pack because I'm just more comfortable in my shoulder after I've popped it out a few times. I can't completely extend it when I'm on the bike, so I ride with my elbow up. So it's just how it works for me, and I'm very central because I save energy. But it might not work for, say, RJ. So it's just it's hard coaching. You almost have to adapt to their style before you can even help them.
Well, the other thing with is, as coaching kids is also you can put them in all these twisted positions and off the bike and everything. As we get older, our body doesn't allow us, like your shoulder. It doesn't allow us to be able to be as flexible and move around as much as what we used to. We don't have and most of the older people that we're teaching don't have any discipline as far as being in shape before they go out and try to race anyway. Um,
Circle is a shape.
how many times did you get on a bike last month? Well, this is the first time. It's like
That's it. Yeah.
they're not getting on a bike 4 times a month or whatever. How many miles did you do? Well, I probably do 1,000 miles on the street a month, and a flat track and dirt bike and road race and mini GP and okay, it's so how much time and effort do you put into riding to also be able to do those things? How far can you teach them? There's certain
Right.
limitations, where a kid is a rubber band and has all the energy in the world. So it's very easy to teach them to do this, and they can adapt, and then they can do 150 laps that way.
And they bounce way better.
They bounce
Dude,
way
They
better. Right?
bounce way
Roll,
better.
slide, and everything, right?
So I have a guy that's going to be at Roebling Road who is 77 years old, and he's taking the school.
Love it.
Oh, was that the other guy you didn't call? Because I heard like the other guys and they didn't sound that old.
No, this guy, I talked to him 2 days ago, and he's got what does he have? He has an RD 350 that he's
Oh,
going to go
Jesus.
out.
Nice.
And he used to race long ago, 20 years ago, and he's
Back in the
just
old days.
decided he wants to come out and do it. And he said, I'm not going to be fast. He goes, I got it. He goes, I just want to get back on the track. He goes, I just want to do it. So fantastic. Good for him. But I'm not going to be able to teach him how to hang off a bike.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You teach him how to get on the bike.
Right.
Yes. And don't jet it too lean, because shutting off at the end of the straightaway with a lean two-stroke is just a recipe for disaster. Ask me how I know.
Yeah. How do you know?
I've been off at turn one at Roebling on a two-stroke because somebody thought jetting lean was mean.
It's mean, all right.
Yeah, silence,
Like in
and
golf,
then
pin
off
it to
you
win
go.
it.
Yeah,
Right.
not,
Absolutely. Oh
So,
my God. So
I figured out the suit thing now. I got a photo of it finally. The differences, so we're talking. I guess the differences really is just the knees. Hold up, settings, camera.
Are you an over boot or in the boot guy?
Over.
Over boot. There you go. Well played.
Back camera. There we go. So it's like oh shit, it's mirrored. Oh Lord, there we go.
I like
Nice.
it, dude. Yeah, that's
So
badass.
It's the knees. There's no Velcro, and that's it. It's just simple. I mean, even though I'm not road racing, I gotta stick with Block Party. Welcome to the
Oh, yeah,
Block
man.
Party.
Yeah.
But that's really the only differences. I think I told him. Luckily, my suit guy's been this guy's been. Oh, pull up shit. Fuck shit. Hold up. There we go. Luckily, my suit guy's been working with me for since 2020 now, He's given me probably over 20 suits, but he knows my measurements. The guy in Pakistan knows me by last name. He's like, anytime he hears block, he quits all the production and makes my suit. So I'm very blessed for that, but he knows my measurements by heart. So when I tell him, hey, I need a half a centimeter on under my armpits, I need half a centimeter on my leg, they're just going to make that and it's going to work. So luckily I have that. So instead of having that 2-piece where I'm able to cool off, I have more movement. I can just kind of pick and choose. I mean, I've created my whole entire suit. He gives me leather, types of leather and types of Kevlar, and I pick and choose. I've been able to do that for the last few years and design a suit that pretty much just fits for my body nice and comfortably. So luckily I can do that, and I think it should work pretty well for flat track. And if it doesn't, I have another few suits that I can just destroy.
There you go.
I love it. So
be so fast you'll draft yourself,
bro. Right? Do flat trackers run air vest? Air vest in the
yeah.
For
Once
the
you're
miles?
at sea level, everybody does. Yep.
I like it, man. I
Oh,
like it.
Definitely the big track.
I'll be the first one.
So, Eli, when does the season start for you? Well, I mean,
already started. The CTR season already started.
All right.
A few weeks ago at Callahan with the Winter Throwdown. But my next event is in May at Square Deal. I'm gonna do most of the CTR season, the Corey Texter promotion series. I'm only missing one of them due to the Loudon Classic, so I can pass up on flat track that weekend. There's $400,000 up for grab that weekend, so I will be there.
We're all going up there to try to make money.
Yeah, no, I don't even have a bike for it. My R9 got delayed until July now, and
oh shit,
I will be borrowing 3 bikes to race that weekend. So I have a Triumph 765 that I'll be racing. I'll have a KTM Duke 790 I'll be racing for the hooligan class, and then actually, sorry, I'm not borrowing the other bike. I own the 400. I still have my 400, so I'll be racing that bike during the 400 class. So if all goes well and it rains and everyone decides to stay in the garage, I'll walk away with $103,000 that weekend.
I'm hoping it rains because I love racing in the rain.
I love it. Everyone hates it.
I love it, man.
Everyone's little clam box gets sore, and I don't like it.
Great movie, by the way.
Yeah, the
Racing in the Rain is a great movie.
That's required viewing for everybody.
Man, I haven't watched that movie. I need to watch it.
It's up there with
Great
Ford
movie.
versus Ferrari.
Yep.
It's up there with what, Eli?
Ford versus Ferrari.
Oh, dude, that was a good movie. Yeah, that was absolutely.
But there's also Dust to Glory.
Well, yeah, there's required viewing.
He said,
on any
well.
Sunday, on any Sunday has to be in there. The Art of Racing in the Rain.
We'll watch that.
Those all have to be. You have to see the world's fastest Indian.
I was just going to
The
say
epic
the world's
movie.
fastest.
Yeah, that's an epic movie right there.
That should be required. If you ride a motorcycle, I think that should be a requirement to even get a license in anything.
What was the new one?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I think that one's okay. So Kevin makes me watch this thing for the first time. I've avoided that thing like the plague. That movie, I have not watched it. And then Kevin throws it on in the camper the night before the Winter Throwdown. I think that's why I did so shitty on Thursday. I was so stuck in my head about watching this guy trying to ride a motorcycle and just on the gas like this every 3 seconds. And then we got the wrong bike sounds.
You're like, bro, what kind of mind fuck are you doing on me?
I think that's why I did so shitty on Thursday. You know what? That's my new excuse. I'm not blaming anything on me not knowing how to cover the rear brake. I'm blaming it on watching I don't even know the name of the movie. What is it called?
What movie? What?
It's the new. What was it? The Amazon Prime movie?
Oh yeah.
It
was horrible. The one they filmed at Road Atlanta.
Yeah. What's the name of the movie?
Oh God, that thing was horrible. Nobody should ever watch that.
No.
What is it called again?
I'm trying to think.
Something Speed for Speed.
Need for Speed or something stupid.
Hold up. Amazon.
it was horrible. So I want to get back to a couple of these comments right now. What is up, Darren Dennis? He says, "Me the next time." You're referring to the supermoto and I assume we was talking about that. It's Sammy Panero. What is up, man? He says, "Dude, go to the VR kart track." Trust me, I plan on it. I am. Ducati Dave. One fast movie. That's it.
Okay, back to that statement. I did so shitty on Thursday at the Winter Throwdown because I didn't know how to cover the rear brake. It's not that. It's because I watched the goddamn One Fast movie the night before. That's it. Thank you. That's it.
Stick with that, Eli.
Yeah.
Don't never lose that neither.
That's a podium statement. Just so you know.
I might as well watch Biker Boys.
Hey, at least Biker Boys, in my opinion, was a little bit better than that movie for sure.
Yeah, no, I have to agree with you there.
Yeah. Oh man.
I mean, it was not much better, but if I had to pick and choose just one, I got to roll with Biker Boys.
RJ, when you're in the pits, you're gonna have to call me rookie, like this guy did call him.
Oh yeah,
One Fast movie.
I will.
Hey, Rook.
Hey, Rook.
I'm gonna tape it to your tank.
Yeah. Next to the heat tank, the heat tape I have on that thing.
Well, I'm pretty notorious for the little messages I tape on people's tanks and handlebars, right, Kevin?
I still have mine on it.
Do you?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
We used to we used to have a joke. What was it? So for people that used to ride up on the tank, we would put about a 3-inch dildo on the front of their tank, and they never touch that tank again.
Oh yeah, no, that's motivation right there.
Yeah,
absolutely, it's motivation. 100%.
I ain't touching that thing.
I'm
you want
not
me to do what?
Right, not gonna happen.
No,
good.
No.
I'll change my body position. Watch this. Yeah, 110%. Watch this. Ducati Cave says, Ducati Dave, says, "What's up, Kevin?"
Mr. Dave.
Mr.
He's the man.
Dave. Am I going to meet him at Daytona? Is he going to be there too?
He'll be at Daytona. I feel sure. We'll drag him over there somewhere.
I'm pretty sure he'll be there at some point or another.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Looking forward to meeting you,
zip
Dave.
tie cuff him and bring him over.
Dave manages Sanford Ducati and Orlando Ducati that just opened. Great guy. He's just all about his Ducatis
and to give absolute street cred, he's also badass fast on a motorcycle on a racetrack. Just so you know.
Yeah, he is.
He's no slouch.
I worked with him at Daytona with Ducati Revs, and had a great time riding with him. And he rides on the street. He's he's just a really good guy as far as and
he's a great ambassador for motorcycles in general.
The ambassador for the whole industry. Yes,
yeah,
absolutely, 100%.
Yep, he is. He's that guy.
Good. I can't wait to meet him for sure. He also said, Ducati Dave also said, Kevin the mentor is real.
Yeah,
I love it. Wade, what is up, Wade? He says, I'm late to the show.
Wade Lomas. He is West Coast Hot Shoes. He builds some of the best steel shoes for all us left clankers on the East Coast for sure, and anywhere else, man. He is a legend in himself.
I don't know. My homemade steel toe shoe is working real nice. It's
anybody needs a steel shoe. Go talk to Wade at West Coast Hot Shoes, man. He is the man, and he's the sole surfer of flat track. If
I need to hit him up one day.
More about flat track than I'll ever know.
I need to hit him up one day. I need a real shoe one day, I guess.
We'll get you hooked up with him, Eli. Don't worry about that. I got you covered.
All right, appreciate it. Yeah, my shoe's doing real nice, though. I only got a few holes in it, and then we just welded over it.
I love it.
Man.
We almost JB welded it before the Winners Road.
JB weld,
hey,
right?
Man,
mix it together, baby. Mix it good, yeah.
It's the world of the left clanker, man. You got to get that good hard coat on there that Wade puts on there, and then you don't have to worry about it, man.
We didn't know what to do, so we just kept on welding. So I just got a fresh sole.
That hard coat they use is the hard coat they put on there is the same stuff they use on like bulldozer blades, on the leading edges of bulldozer blades when they redress them, and
that's what
that stuff holds up.
That's what my whole entire boot's made out of.
Jesus,
that thing weighs probably 30 pounds.
Oh yeah, after we get done here tomorrow, give me a call. I'll get you hooked up with Wade. You'll be good.
All right, appreciate it.
I love it. And so I do have a question for you, Kev. What's this about the moof?
No,
And we lost him. He's like, I'm out on
did you
that.
just scare him away? You just scared him away, Chris. Way to go, man. I gotta go.
Yeah, he's like, I'm out, fellas. Bam.
See you.
Oh my god, I love it.
Man, too
All right.
fun.
Until he comes back with the answer. Eric, he says, what's up, Eric? He says, food. I just like food. I don't discriminate. You know what? I don't either, really, most of the
unless
time.
it's green, though. Unless it's green. So, I like celery, though.
Bro, celery tastes like freaking water. There's no flavor taste
Yeah,
at
it's just
all in
crunchy
celery.
water. That's all.
Well,
It's
no,
just-
unless it's dark. Unless it's dark green. It has some flavor. But
Bro,
but
no.
I'll have a salad. I'll have like lettuce.
I guess that counts.
Get some
Kinda.
like carrots in there,
Yeah.
Some
cucumbers.
spinach,
Yeah.
I'm fine with
some
spinach.
kale.
I
Yeah,
don't
Yeah,
know
I
about
think
kale.
Kevin just
I don't
bailed
know.
out permanently,
Yeah,
man.
Kevin, on that answer, Kevin. Yeah, I gotta know, man. We gotta know. Oh,
Yeah,
here
we
we
got to
go.
bring it back, man.
Hold on, here he is.
Oh,
All
there
right.
we go. Okay,
Woo.
so there's this. We're at Star Wars, and there's this juice called moof milk, and it's like pineapple juice and milk or something. I don't know, something. So anyway, so everything became moof.
Everything.
Everything became moof, and it was all about
Everything.
Star Wars and just having fun.
I mean, Kevin. Luckily, gratefully, Kevin brought me to Disney for the first time ever. I've never been to Disney in my life, so Kevin brought me here this year, and we got to go explore. And I forgot my meds that day, so I was a goddamn train off rails. I thought I was about to die in the gondola ride back.
Fun to watch. Oh my god.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Eric says, see you up there in 2 months, RJ.
Absolutely, man. Can't wait for him to come up here. He's part of the group that comes up from Florida. There's about 25 or 30 of them come up for a week up here in the mountains and play. And it's fun because there's a mix of road racers and older, more seasoned riders, a little bit of everything. And we have an absolute blast. So maybe you can work it in your schedule by then.
Absolutely, dude. RJ, trust me, I'm gonna be there. And
So this will be year 9 for me.
Wow.
going up to RJ's.
Yeah. Well, RJ didn't used to live there, but going
Yes.
up with RJ,
With us.
up with that group, I've been with that group for 9 years now.
And I think you only
Congrats.
fell off once with the group, right? Just on the Harley.
I wrecked a Harley, yes, sir.
Yeah, that was it.
Eli laughs.
This is why we had a full conversation about me not riding roads because I have a feeling that I'm gonna blow myself into pieces.
Well, no, it was more along the lines that I ran out of talent. It was before I started road racing, and I went into a corner and I started getting down and I was leaning, and today I would have leaned it even further and wouldn't have thought anything about it. But then I was like, oh my God. And it was one of these decreasing radius corners. And I was like, there's no way I'm going to make that. And I probably would have made it with no problem. So I stood the bike up, grabbed the brakes, and went off into the mud in a little ditch, and the bike stuck and threw me about 20 feet up into the trees. Gear. I was a little bit sore, but that was about it. But I broke the clip-ons off the Harley and a little of this and a little of that. And I spent the next day up at 129.
Yep.
Tail the Dragon.
Up at Wheeler's place, right?
Wheeler's 129, whatever shop.
Putting it back together.
And had him put it back together, and he did all kinds of crazy stuff because he didn't have anything for a Harley. And it was the bike was kind of a mismatch of things anyway. And I
Finished out the week.
I took some Advil and read a book for a day, and then I got back on the bike and rode the rest of the week. I wasn't going all the way up there not to ride, that's for sure.
Well, because let's face it, our motto is pussies will never be heroes. Period.
Correct.
That's a fact.
Exclamation point.
100%. 100%. Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm that guy that took the XR 1200 and went up and chased a bunch of sport bike guys in the mountains.
We can't qualify your judgment on that. We can just say that you were admirable for continuing on. And I rode that Harley at Roebling, and to his credit, that thing was actually a pretty badass ride. It was fun as hell.
I rode that thing last year as well. It was
It was
fun.
a hoot. It just didn't live very long. That's all.
I just wish it would have been running right when you guys rode it, because it was a
It
hoot.
was almost there.
That little glitch in between there that tried to kill me every now and then. Yeah, that was kind of disconcerting.
Throttle position sensor.
Yes.
Yeah, it was only happening every once in a while. I only had it happen like out of turn. Hold up, is turn 1 2 turns, I guess.
Yeah, turn 1 and 2 is one turn basically.
Okay, so 3, 4,
3's the left, 4's
5,
the right.
6.
So
Out of 6, it would try killing me. That was it.
Oh yeah, mine it was turn 5 on the exit.
So what were you doing last year at this time?
Yeah, seriously.
The three of us were riding up at Roebling Road together.
And here we go again, dude.
And here we go again.
This time I'm on the monster though, so it's a little more entertaining.
Bro, dude,
Yeah.
It's
Actually,
you're going straight to jail.
I destroyed the Motard that weekend. That was
You
a good
did.
time.
Yes, you did.
That was a lot of rebuild on that one too.
My dad likes me to doesn't really like me taking his bikes, but he lets me because he has no option. But I brought it down to go win some money at Arma with KTM cash, and in practice I decided to set track record, which I did, but then I also set the fastest time from track record to crash truck, just solid minute. My dad, I put this bike back together. I was riding with a bar, so my bars were here. My left bar was down here.
We're trying to figure out how to straighten those out. That was fun.
And then I had my clutch lever was up here, so I was literally cripping. I was riding like a crip. I had my finger up here with the clutch because it was bent up, so I was trying to figure that out. But then I brought the thing home, and I was waiting because I had to unload it the day I got home, and my dad was home because he doesn't work Mondays. I'm like, this is going to be a great reaction because he already knows about me crashing it. I felt bad for crashing it, but he hasn't seen it. I walk it down the driveway, and he's working on something, and I know it's bad when he drops all of his tools, pushes it into the garage, and closes the garage door and starts working on it. I'm like,
the walk of shame.
I done fucked up. And then he comes upstairs, he's like, Eli, don't take this in a good way, but I am damn impressed that you fixed the bike that well and were able to ride that fast on it. That thing was held together by duct tape and zip ties.
Zip ties. There was a shit ton of zip ties.
There was MacGyver all over that.
Yeah.
I crashed and looked up in the air, and my wiring harness was flying. I was like, oh, that's not supposed to happen. And from that moment, I broke all the internals. I had to zip tape. I went full straight woods racing on that thing and just drilled things and sutured it the whole entire time. But it worked.
It goes back to what we talked about, Chris. It takes a village. So, 100%. Junior there rolls in with this yard sale, and it's everybody chips in, everybody, it goes back together. He goes racing again. But it takes a village. None of us do any good without the village. There's no individual that goes out there and road races and has success, or flat tracks and has success on their own. It takes a village, and
it does.
That's what we have here. It's these guys. It's the village.
Now
they're village idiots, but still, it's a village.
That was a cold ass weekend. That's all I remember from that weekend. Other than my neck being locked up, it was freezing.
Yeah, it was not pretty.
Yeah, riding in the cold. The coldest I ever rode in, man, was like 18-degree weather, and it was, I was miserable. Matter of fact, I went throughout my work because I was at work. I rode to work that day, and I went from a couple sizes bigger than me. I went on down the line. I was like, man, you got an extra jacket I wear? And I go to the next biggest guy. Hey, man, you got an extra jacket to wear? So by the time I got out there, I had all these gloves, and dude, I was literally walking like this because I had so many clothes on, and I still froze my ass off. 100%.
So because of where I live, we have up at Loudon, in New Hampshire, we have a round in April and October. We will go out. I mean, I don't. I used to, but I don't. I've had days where we've gone out and air temp is 27 degrees and track temps are 35 degrees.
Yep.
And we go out for morning practice, and I sit in turn 1A because that's the infamous turn 1A that takes people tuck the front in the dry, like in 80, 90 degree weather.
Yeah.
And I sit on that stand during those practices and watch.
Oh yeah.
Nope.
I believe you're ice racing too, Eli.
Yeah. So that
is,
helps.
You know, the ice racing was sick. That was the most fun I've had. You know, like I've never thought ice racing would be that cool. I did my first ice race 2 weeks ago. I did an AMA ice race up in Sturbridge, and never rode the tires. Never ridden my 450 on ice. I didn't even have suspension. I had the most. It was the best thing. I had people walking up to me in the pitch trying to like scope out my bike. I'm like, dog, there's nothing special about this thing. I don't even know how any of this thing works. My tether that is like required, that didn't work. I had to like cheat the system. I had my friend brought over like the hand covers. I had the big like Moose Racing Bark Buster covers, so the wind, but they have the over grip covers. So I had my friends bring them over. My tether was, I had to pull your tether during tech. I had my kill switch under there hiding, hit my kill switch the same time I pulled my tether past tech.
Pumpkin eater.
Yep. Then I had my motocross forks with a little bit stiffer springs, but then I had my road race shock with a softer spring, so the valving was completely working against itself.
Yes.
And I've never ridden the AMAs. They aren't even my tires. I stole them from one of my friends on the street, and then the fenders I stole from another person and sent one through my swing arm. But like, it's pretty fun.
The good thing is when you fall, you just slide. Literally forever slide.
And well, we had ice snowbanks. We had snowbanks, and I walked on them, and it had a hard coating of ice all the way around it.
Well, yeah, because they spray water to smooth the track out. So yeah, it makes it like this really nice ice ramp.
Yeah, it's really nice. And, well, it's not even a ramp. It's just a wall. I just hit it. I was actually using it out of turn 4 to bank off of.
Yeah, use it as a berm.
That's what I was gonna say. Use it as a berm, like a little TT course esque to it, right? Yeah, I love it. I love it.
But yeah, the ice racing's cool. That was my first ice race, and I'm hoping that we get to do it this weekend. Weather should be looking good. I just have to. Hopefully, my dad feels better because he's sick right now. But I need my flat track suspension.
Wish best wishes to Eric.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Hope you feel better, Eric.
But I need my mechanic to get my flat track suspension done.
Oh,
so he has all the parts.
Okay.
I just need to give him the shock and the forks, and then I should be good. Because when you're starting on ice, on motocross suspension and stuff like that with that height, I can usually touch the ground with like my balls of my feet, which is great. But on ice, I didn't think about it. When you're on the balls of your feet and you're kind of a little off balance, ice isn't grippy.
No.
I'm slipping on both my feet trying to get my start, because my start technique, I put my feet in front of the pegs and I load the clutch into my calves. So instead of holding it with the brake, I load them into my calves. So once I let go of the clutch, I pretty much run my legs over. It's worked for me. But on the ice, I'm trying to do that, and I'm sliding forward with the bike. I'm like, this is not good.
Eli's special.
He is special. 100%. He's special.
You forgot the Ed part.
Yeah, absolutely is. I love it. Back to the comments real quick. I'm trying to talk to everybody real quick. Dan Spalding says I'm slow, and then Maria says, "Shh, alien." Come on, Dan. I've already heard how fast you are. It's yeah.
Literally, Dan looks back and sees himself.
He's like, "Where'd everybody go?"
And all he sees is him coming up behind himself. So yeah.
So he at the Sepanero Classic that we had a month ago, 3 weeks ago. Anyway, small bikes. So they're the big guy, all the names from the junior class are there. And Dan ran an hour back and forth with Ella. Like she'd pass him, he'd pass her. So the speed, he's running with one of the top. Oh yeah, she beat Eli. Sorry.
Ooh.
Yes, you did.
Ooh.
So
Pistons.
but Dan can run that pace.
I didn't want third in the championship. That's the best thing about Moto America.
Dan on the small bikes, he can do that, and I've been with him for the 200 now. I think we did 6 together at 200s. So he's an amazing rider. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't
Speaking
wait
of
to meet
that,
him.
the fact that Moto America, just keeps on posting the clip of the last corner of Jersey over and over and over and over again.
Well, because
It's
it was
okay,
the
buddy.
closest. It was the
It'll heal
closest
up.
race
That
they
wound
had
will
all
heal.
year.
It will. RJ, I'm
Get,
with
like-
you. It'll heal.
It'll heal. That wound will heal.
They posted that thing probably like 6 times. Too many already.
I love it. I love it.
That's probably gonna be my if I was ever special enough to get a goodbye post, like a farewell, good luck to go race AFT. That would be the video they post. Good luck to our racer Eli Block going off.
That gave me an idea. So you guys stay tuned for sure.
Oh God, here we go.
Yep, absolutely.
Are
James
we
says,
are we gonna do the crash reel with me all year, like the Brainerd one, and then me getting taken out of Road America, and then what else?
yeah.
What else
Well,
happened?
I'm you know what?
I
you
ran
just-
off at I'm helping you. One barber, I ran off, hit a false neutral in the top of the museum, and ran off in the gravel and dropped it. What else happened? I'm trying to think of ways you can make fun of me. Daytona 200, lap 26. They showed me laying in the bus stop.
I wrecked in the bus stop.
You can't take a nap there, bro.
Dude, I took a nap 2 times in the same day there
Oh my God.
from the same bump.
That's awesome. I love it, dude. I freaking love it. James says RJ could do some sweet paint work.
That's my buddy Max, man. Not only he's an awesome individual, and he's Marine. He's a talented avionics guy and an ultra badass fast road racer. And I used to do, when I had my race shop, I used to do a bunch of paint work from everything from the Valvoline Suzuki, Donald Jack's bike, and all of that stuff. So it was always entertaining. And Max was always he's a legend, and he's super fast.
I fed him.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, you had to plug. I had to plug mine in too, but
I had to plug mine in. Yep.
Y'all didn't see me do it though.
Okay. I love you guys. I gotta go. I gotta finish
Bye,
doing
Kevin.
You
stuff.
too, homie.
Bye, Kevin.
Deuces,
We'll talk to you
homies.
guys.
Love you,
RJ, I'll
bye.
see you in like 2 days.
Yep. I'll see you after lunch on Thursday, man.
I will see you
Okay.
at Daytona at the beginning of March.
Bikes are
Yeah,
loaded.
see you
Eli,
at
I'll see you
Daytona.
soon. Just
Absolutely.
waiting on the cam to get finished so that I can get the engine back.
Don't forget my boots.
Oh,
Don't
no.
forget the belly
Forgot
pan.
about that.
Boots and
No.
belly pan, Kevin.
It's already all ready. The boots I never took out of the trailer. So,
Love it.
I'll be
All
new
right.
boot goofing.
Is that
love you
right?
guys.
Love you too,
Hey,
homie.
man.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You just
Dude,
remind
Kevin's
me.
absolutely awesome.
He's awesome.
Look, he
He's
back.
Oh.
Look, he's
back.
back. What?
He missed us.
He did. He must have missed us.
So the first day I went down to Florida this year to Kevin's house. Well, I went down to Pensacola dirt track because Robbie Bobby and Dalton Gauthier had me out and ride with them. And I went there for 3 days, and then I drove straight to Kevin's house. And I was like, me and Kevin talked about me taking out his 690 engine. Fuck. I did it.
He sucked.
And I've ripped out engines multiple times.
That thing was ugly inside, man. Oof.
I think there had to be 40. There was 40 more connectors on that thing than I've ever seen on any superbike in my life. I'm just pulling wires, just like trying to figure out where I am. It's like trying to find the clitoris. It's just like trying to find shit and like move it around.
Is he going to make you put it back in?
Yes.
Well, see there. It's good then. It's even.
Yep. Absolutely.
That's the thing. We had like a bucket of parts. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
every day I'd walk by and I'm like, where did that thing go again? I'll figure it out.
Cameras are your friend.
I think once I get the engine hanging, it'll be fine.
Yeah,
But it's just the wires that I just don't. The wiring thing was just so stupid.
they're color coded and they're single use connectors. They only go one way.
I took photos.
It'll be
I took
fine.
photos.
Nothing could go wrong.
Nothing. Nah.
No.
Why not? Nothing
I mean,
at all.
Compare how it ended up last time. I guess no. It might not run, but it's not going to blow up.
Well, that's a plus, right? Absolutely. Dan says Kevin is a beast on a 400. Was awesome.
Hell yeah.
Let's see.
I wish I could have gone down to that race again. That race was fun.
Yeah, man. I love being at the track. Ducati Dave says Kevin helped me so much my first time at Daytona.
Heck yeah.
And then Tom says, RJ, I need some coaching, please.
I love Tom Keith, man. He's an awesome innovator individual. He works his ass off for riding. Man, mad props to Tom. He's an awesome dude.
We took Tom out to Croom.
Oh yeah, beat up on him.
Fun time.
Love that dude, man.
Oh, that's awesome.
Part of the village.
Yeah, it is part of the beautiful circus, man. Jason
Amen.
Doss, what's up, Jason? He says, that's awesome. We will be there.
Awesome. Very
Good,
cool.
man. Good. He says, May, I'm waiting on my R9 too.
Ugh.
Yeah,
that's a whole cluster, man, with the R9s,
I
man.
know.
Everybody is just losing their minds over that right now.
I know.
You know, I was until now. I'm chilling.
Yeah.
So what you gonna do with the R9 then when you get it?
I'll build it. I'll spend all the money on it to ride it 2 times a year.
And then I'll go ride it some of the time when he's not, so I'll fill in on it.
There you go.
Yeah. I'll win the old
Absolutely.
guy class. Yeah.
So what tracks do you have close to you down there for flat tracks?
Flat tracks for us, we got tons through South Carolina. We got a bunch of them east of us in South Carolina, tons of them. That's where I was sending the outlaw information for the SEFT stuff, Southeast Flat Track stuff.
And you have like open practice days?
They do. And then we got some Alabama tracks, and then there's some North Carolina tracks that are awesome as well.
I was gonna say Sammy Halbert just did one down there in North Carolina. South
South Carolina,
Mid Carolina Speedway.
Yeah, that Nisa's track is cool because it is just a flat track motorcycle track. Dedicated.
We gotta find the time before the season starts to get down there and do some testing of the new bike.
Absolutely, let's do it, man.
I literally am just gonna bring stuff and
all
I have to buy
no
a wheel
break.
though. So
you don't need to break.
I bought Durrell stuff. I got wheels and everything coming, but I think I'm gonna buy a Lowry as well.
Yeah, no, Lowry rear wheel, the weighted rear wheel will definitely help.
Would you do a medium?
You don't need it on the front. You just need that Lowry wheel on the back.
That's what I'm doing, a rear. Yep. I'm gonna do the gutted hub, so I can just throw my spindle over.
There you go. Swap spindles. Yep.
What would you
That's
say?
The way to do it, man.
Weight wise, which one, medium or heavy?
Heavy, because unless you're running AFT, run the heavy.
Well, I'm running AFT next year.
Yeah, but I mean, until then, you'll get another wheel for AFT because you'll have a different bike for AFT. Blah blah blah. So, don't worry about it. Run what'll make you money in the outlaw class.
All right.
There you go. Absolutely.
So I'll run a line. I'll run in the what's called in the laced wheel.
Yeah, the heavy liner.
I'll run a liner and I'll run a heavy tube.
Yeah, heavy
which will
tube
probably be
liner.
medium. Probably equals out to medium weight anyway.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
And then I guess I'll run a liner in a heavy tube without the wheel weights. Or without the extra wheel weights.
Yeah, you just got to make sure you're under minimum wheel weight for AFT. That's all.
That's 43 is max for AFT.
43, yeah, and they may change that. I hear there's rule changes coming for that too, as well.
I heard there's a lot of things.
So
they have a new tire that's coming out too.
Yeah,
it's the actual rubber tire.
We still got to get Chris on a bike, man, and get him out.
I'm coming. Dude, I'm coming.
That's what I'm saying. When I come down,
we'll get you out there, and it is the most fun you can have with your clothes on.
I can't wait.
No kidding.
Maybe I'll get a shoe, and then that's why I have to come down.
There you go. I like it
with a bike.
Absolutely.
Well, it's a rite of passage to build your first steel shoe, kind of. So I built my first two, and then I went with a manufactured shoe. But yeah,
I mean, kind of.
I love it. I love it. Dude, my man Cole King, which is another legend, says it's Kevin. We had an ice bath party at Coda. Dude,
That's a little questionable.
Cole, that was a lifesaver. Cole brought an ice bath and set it up outside our garage at Coda. And it was unbelievably hot. And man, mad props to that dude. He hooked Kevin up, and the ice bath was an absolute lifesaver as far as cooling down, because it was, you come in, it was like you just raced on the surface of the sun out there.
Oh, for sure.
We were dealing with tire issues and stuff like that, and we stayed ahead of the tire game there, and everything worked good. But man, it was hard on the riders, just staying hydrated and eating healthy and being on the A game there for sure.
Oh, 100%. I'm a big advocate of ice baths. I love them. I went out there earlier for the podcast in my swim trunks, and we got enough snow where I can go out there and lay down and do snow angels. And
There
I do
you
it in
go,
my
do snow
front
angels.
yard, dude. And my wife's like, "Get the fuck in the house!" And cars are coming by, and they're like stopping and looking at me like,
Yeah, man.
"The fuck is this nut doing?" You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm just like,
No, and like I say, mad props to Cole, man. He's bad fast. He's a great guy to be in the garages with and things like that. He's just good people, and it's very rarely you run across anybody that you don't want to be in a garage with. But we were very fortunate this year. Everybody that was hanging out with us, Kari Ford with his Indian hooligan bike, everybody just worked together. There was no one against the other. Everybody helped each other out. August Nord with her hooligan bike. We just had a blast. Everybody had a really good time, and I look forward to this year, man. It's going to be the same thing. It's going to be a lot of fun.
yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to get back to the track to see all my track family and friends. It's and come down there and ride with you, RJ, because I'm definitely going to come. I just need to get my wrist healed up, and then I'll be down there. So
absolutely, man. We got to get you 100%.
With West Coast Hot shoes, do I have to send him my boot?
Yes, unless it's a boot that he has a mold for already, a fit for. But he'll turn it. You'll have it in just a couple
boot.
days.
Everyone knows. It's like the Alpine Stars Super Tech boot.
Yeah, he probably already has something that he can pull for that. But realistically, every boot breaks in different. So you're further ahead to just UPS your boot down. He'll build the shoe, and you'll have it back in a few days.
Yeah, I'll have to talk to you about that and figure out.
No, we'll get you set up, man.
I love it. Well, listen, dude, we're an hour and 42 minutes into this podcast.
Damn.
I know, dude. It goes quick, man. It always does. So I'm actually I'm gonna go eat me some dinner here in a few minutes. I'm freaking starving.
I'm gonna go eat vegetables,
dude, bro. No, I'm
gonna eat green vegetables, Eli. Just so you know.
Well, me too. I got a salad. And so look, this is what I love to do. Like for lunch, sometimes I'll do like green peppers, red peppers, or whatever they are. Right now, obviously you pit them out, but I'll slice them up and I put a little bit of cream cheese with some everything bagel seasoning on it.
Oh, perfect,
bro. It's
I'll demolish that, man. Yeah,
dude, absolutely. Me too. I'm at work. They're like, "What are you eating?" I'm like, "Dude, this is the best shit ever." Are you kidding me right now? And it's healthy too, right?
So
exactly. Yeah.
So you get like a bowl, right?
Hey,
then you put some water in it.
Can you make a post on your
and then you put ramen in it?
That's not bad.
That's how I afford living.
Yes.
You do it?
Yes.
Later when you're done.
Yeah, I will make a post and give you a shout out, Rossi, on my YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay? You are welcome. High
Thank
five.
you, Rossi.
That's what I thought. Oh my God. All right. So him and his buddy started this.
Kid.
He's fucking awesome, dude. Yeah, sometimes I want to force choke him out, right? I ain't gonna lie, but
all kids are that way.
He's
it's parenting.
He is absolutely by far, hands down, the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. So listen, Eli, I quit vaping.
No,
that's
way.
good,
dude, bro. I've been a month without vaping, right?
Nice.
Rossi kept telling me, bro, when you gonna quit? I'm like, oh, I'm gonna quit. Of course, new cools, new juice, all this, right? And then finally one day he says, I got mad at him for not doing something he was gonna say he was gonna do, and he just stopped. He looked at me and says, well, you keep telling me you're gonna quit vaping and you don't. So what's the difference? So he put me straight on the spot, and I was like,
he done did you?
I said, you know what? You're absolutely right. So here's my vape, here's the juice, and Yeah, I haven't.
You just have to do it, man. When your kids call you out, you got to do it.
Because if I didn't, then I could never expect him to do anything he tells me to do, right?
Exactly.
So yeah, man. So
But,
that's good.
I'm gonna actually head out and get some dinner.
Yeah, man.
But
Already, Eli.
talking to you.
Eli, I'll talk to you tomorrow, probably.
Yes, sir. And we'll. I'm excited to work together this year because you definitely signed the contract about an hour and a half ago. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
I see that, and I'm good with that, man. Just so you know,
And it's on video forever, so
we're good.
I have the signature. I need to go grab my mail and
Do that stuff. Yeah. All right, brother.
all right, Eli. I appreciate it, my man.
Yep.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome, dude. Look, listen, dude, that's one thing I love about a live podcast, man. We bring our friends, and you never know.
We got the best bunch, man. We do,
dude. It's awesome, and
It's
I can't
hysterical.
wait, dude. RJ, to see you in Daytona in a couple.
Yeah,
weeks,
man. We'll see here. It's just a few weeks away. It's not that far out, man.
It's not. I can't. I'm actually leaving, dude, early as fuck Wednesday morning. Like I told my dad, he's like, well, what time are you trying to leave? Because normally, most of the tracks are like 6 hours from us: Atlanta, Mid Ohio, Jersey. And I'm like, dude, I want to leave like, 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. My dad's like, you really want to leave that early? I'm like, fuck yeah, I want to leave that early.
Hell yeah.
And I want to drive straight through. Of course, we'll stop and pee and eat and all that, but I ain't stopping nowhere. We're pedal to the metal, baby.
I may stop and hit the Waycross half mile on the way down for the All-Star Series and run that and turn some laps there, and then I'll make my face appearance at Daytona for the rest of the crowd.
So you're gonna be there Friday?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
Good.
That's the game plan.
I'm actually helping Eddie K hit me up and asked me to help him on his team, and I was like, bro, I'm going to have wrist surgery. There's not really a whole lot I can't really do a whole lot of twisting. I'm actually supposed to be wearing my wrist brace 24 hours a day. And I'm like, I just can't, dude. I wear them at work. And when I come home, man, I just can't, dude. I can't do it.
Bro, no, I get it.
Like yeah. So I don't. My wife, gives me
just
shit.
take it easy on it.
Oh, I do. But yeah. So I'll be down there helping him out and all that good stuff. So yeah, well listen, dude, I wanted to get to all these questions with you at the end, but I'm absolutely starving. We're almost 2 hours into this. My son,
we'll catch up again.
Listen, me and you going to sit down. We're going to do a part 2, 110%. And we might be able to do a little something live at Daytona. I do have prior commitments with a bunch of my friends actually at Daytona. And I told them it's not going to be like a podcast like we normally do. It'll be, let me pull out the phone. I'm going to send you the link real quick. Me and you get to get on it for like 10, 15 minutes. We're live at Daytona, blah, blah, blah. Or I could just stand next to you with my arm around you. Hey, what's up, RJ, blah, blah, blah. And we could do it that too. Anyway, we will definitely figure it out.
Yeah, no, man. Absolutely.
But listen, this has been a lot of fun, RJ. Dude, it's an honor to have you on, bro.
Absolute blast, man.
It is, man. It is. I can't wait to sit down and do another face-to-face and for another official podcast, I'll say. But we will set that up in Daytona. So me and you will be able to talk, and I'll pull out my calendar. You pull out your calendar, and we'll.
If I can do a quick shout out to the guys that help us.
Listen, I'm gonna let you end the podcast. Let me give all my shout outs first. I like my friends to do it. So listen, first and foremost, thank you to everybody that watches the podcast, everybody that watched it live tonight. Without you, without RJ, without Eli, without all my friends coming on here, I wouldn't be able to do this. So without you guys, man, it's such an honor, and thank you so much. If you haven't went to my Facebook, YouTube, well, not Facebook, but YouTube and all that, and hit that like and subscribe and that, that bell thing, everybody wants you to do that. Ding, 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 man. It helps me out a lot. Big shout out to Next Level Financial, bisontrack.com for all your custom leather needs. People, come on. It's 2025. Love yourself. Get that custom suit. Big shout out to my man Jeff Servin at Chef Eats. His food's amazing. Big shout out to my man Bart at TST Industries. Everybody knows, look, my son's been coloring my thing, but the Clothing Kings, you guys can go to clothingkings.co.uk and get all your In the Gas podcast merch. Big shout out to them. Big shout out to my man Eric at Superbike Supplies. You guys stay tuned. SFL Mini, GP, Jersey and South Florida, RD Racing, Jake Marsh, Vet2 Track, Flying Eyes Optics, my man Tate at 64 Degree Racing. You guys hear me say this all the time. Right there's my custom 64 undersuit right there. If you're gonna take anything to the track, take at least more undersuits than you think you're gonna need, and underwear, right? For real, you don't want to have one or two. Trust me, we've all been there, right? So, big shout out to Chris at Ghetto Customs, Carnes Performance in Pennsylvania, KYT Helmets America, K-Tech Suspension, my man Birch, Kendall, and Dakari. Ready to Race in North Carolina, my man Ryan Snooks, Coleman Power Sports in Virginia, McLeo Escapes Track and Tour, Road Racing World. I need everybody to go to Road Racing World, donate to the Air Fence Fund. It's imperative that we have them. If we don't have the air fences, we're not going racing. So even if you got $5, $10, trust me, it all helps. It all adds up. Big shout out to STG, man. My man Brian and Max Van, they're freaking legends. Drippin' Wet Graphics, of course, REB Graphics, and my man Gus Rodeo, GRG Graphics. Big shout out to Aliki at Venom Undersuits. V121pro.com. My buddy Mike Edwards, he's a legend out there in the UK, 6-time BSB champion. He has coaching just like what my man RJ does. So if anybody out there needs any coaching, hit him up, go to the website. Big shout out to BTR, Build Train Race. RJ, to me, it's one of the best things we have in Moto America.
That's awesome.
I love the program, bro. It is, dude. Yep. It's not only
they
does
do
it
dirt track and road racing both.
I know it's and on top of that, it's like, dude, the girls learn how to physically. They put the race bikes together. They put the clip-ons, the rear sets, to grind this off and drill holes in here. And listen, it teaches them life experience. It's such an awesome program. So big shout out to everybody at BTR. Racer 411 program, my man Ant Lee Terry at tipperracing.com. Hyper Naked Leathers. I just had Michael Kellum join me and Jeff Servin on there. So big shout out to him. California Superbike School in the UK. Moto Mutt International. Man, dude, I scribbled this right here. I need to do better handwriting.
Hieroglyphics, man.
Dude, bro, I scribbled the shit out of that. Dude, I'm sorry. But anyway, man, I hope I'm not forgetting. Am I forgetting anybody? I hope not. If I am, one last thing. Again, RJ, big shout out to my man Mark 10 that reached out to me. I never thought about having an ambassador for my podcast.
Mark's solid, man. Mark's a good dude.
Yeah, man, he hit me up and I really got to thinking and I was like, Dan Spalding, dude, big shout out to you, man, for all the love and support for the podcast. Man. It's
awesome.
It's always an honor, man. I'm a very humble guy, man, and all these people, and I get asked a question, RJ, they're like, man, you got, a couple different, suits and leathers and all this. You give a shout out all the time. I'm like, listen, I'm an ambassador for Bison first and foremost, so I'm always going to send you there first. Let's just be honest, right? Yeah. Robert and Tasha are amazing people, but dude, all these other people that I just named off, they're all my friends. They all own their own businesses. I want to see them thrive and grow, which means our sport is growing. You're not going to go wrong with ordering anything from any one of these people at all, right? It's basically what you think is going to fit your needs and you and your personality the best.
It takes a village, man. I'm not kidding.
Listen, I love that you say that because me growing up, my mom used to say that it takes a village to raise a kid. And I'd look at her, RJ, with this smart remark, go, well, it's just you and dad. And then my mom would say, being a smart ass too, she's like, well, your dad's been on the boat for 6 months, so it's just me, right? And I was like, oh, okay, but you're right. It's the same thing applies to road racing too, right? It really takes a village. Now that I have a kid,
just look around a little bit and you'll see it.
Yeah. Right. Pay attention, people, when you go to the track. But anyway, RJ, this has been a fun. It's an absolute honor.
Absolute blast.
The floor is yours. Tell everybody all your shout outs, where they can find you, get your coaching, the whole nine. And he gives a good hug to people. So you need to throw that in there too.
That's what I'm there for. Now, I have a lot of people to thank. Well, my list is way shorter than yours, but of course, Orlando Sanford Ducati with Dave. He's there for all your Ducati needs and anything else. He's a great resource. MV Racing Leathers, Darwin has helped me out through the years. We got a lot of really good people. Southeast Motorcycles I'm coming on with is going to be fantastic. Aprilia Moto Guzzi. Vespa here in Blairsville, Douglasville, and down in Savannah. Those guys are awesome. West Coast Hot Shoes, Wade Lomas, fantastic. Like I say, the original soul surfer of dirt track, fantastic individual. We go through these people. We use a lot of these people. I stand by everything that I put my name on. Jonathan Bellows working with me this year as far as getting some parts for the Ducati. He's working on development stuff. It's the village. It really is. The TST working with them. Of course, Eric Komrowski over at Monkey Works. We're having a blast. I'm running the Continentals this year, the race tack 2s on the bike, and absolutely love them. And I'm getting them through Eric, and he's doing a great job for us. So big shout out to him. He's helping us with a little bit of everything. Even though he's down in Florida, he's a huge supporter. He helps Kevin out. He helps a bunch of us out. So those are the people. Like I say, it's a group. It's a tight knit family. We all depend on each other. Kevin and his gang and all of us, and of course, Free Hugs Racing. Now that we're part of that, it's a big thing that we're promoting this year. We'll be running a bunch of races with them under their canopy, and really looking forward to it, man. We're gonna have a blast.
No, I absolutely. I was blown away when I got my Free Hugs Racing sweatshirt. And to be honest with you, I didn't even realize at first that he put my name on the back of the sweatshirt. And then I looked at it. I had to do a double take. I was like, "Oh no way! That says Simcoe on the back, dude." That's all. Yeah, dude. He's
awesome.
Absolutely.
Welcome
amazing.
to the family.
I appreciate it, man. It's an absolute honor too, my friend, for sure. But yeah, listen, RJ, dude, this has been so much fun. Yes, we will, my friend. And like I tell all my friends, more importantly, man, our friendship together means everything to me. And it's an absolute honor to be friends in this short lifetime that we actually live, right? So,
yep. And it will be the lifetime, man.
110% on that. But yeah, so listen, thank you guys so much for sticking around and listening to us just talk some nonsense. Really, it was a lot of fun.
Me at rjgarlich@gmail.com. If you need to get a hold of me, find me there or on Facebook, message me, and I'll get back to you.
I will put you that so this episode will be on Spotify and all that. So I will add send me your email, and I will rjgarlich@gmail.com. There it is. I will put it out there, and yeah, man. Tom Keith, he says, "I'm happy to hear you like our free hugs." Sorry. I love it, dude. I love it. Hey, I'm a big hugger. Ask RJ. He'll tell you.
Absolutely.
So, all right. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a lot of fun. I'm starving. I'm going to go eat. And
I'm going to do the same, man.
Absolutely. I enjoyed this. I can't wait till next time, and we will see you soon.
Much love. See you.
Much love. See you guys. Let me end.
Calling all two-wheel enthusiasts, get ready to rev up your earbuds with Pin the Gas Podcast, the ultimate motorcycle racing podcast, hosted by Chris Simcoe, one of our very own excellent leaders here in Roanoke, Virginia. With expert analysis, behind-the-scenes stories, and exclusive writer interviews, Pin the Gas Podcast delivers the adrenaline rush of the racetrack straight to your ears. Whether you're a diehard fan or a curious newcomer, you'll gain insights that will transform how you watch and understand motorcycle racing. On your favorite podcast app, join Simcoe as he takes you on a high-speed journey through the world of motorcycle racing. Pin the Gas Podcast.